Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's up? It is getting shit ready. Okay. All right. What up? It's Wednesday, October 23rd. Okay. So yesterday was pretty slow. I didn't take any trades yesterday aside from the little one I got in and out of. It was okay. Let me pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Here we go. So yeah, you could see how choppy this was. I stayed out of all of this, and then it started cooking later in the day, but by that time, that's too late in the day for when I trade, so I just wasn't a part of any of that, and it wasn't really any good setups anyways, so call that a pass on that. Let's check out the Tokyo. So it opens up here. We got, let's see here, from Tokyo to London. It basically went down and then up. Cool, not really anything special. And then from London, it just up, down, just like a heart rate monitor. So, no trend there. Clearly, no trend lines here. Very, very mixed in the overnight. Got here our lows, and here's our highs. It's shooting up right now. This shooting up signifies that it's possible this could be more of a upward bias day, but this is so mixed, you never know. And even still, we had all these upward moves over the past days, and we just kind of hit this top part and topping out here, slightly coming down, very gentle, mild pullback, which could set up for another push up. Let me check this. Let me expand the days on this. 60, huh? 60, huh? So up near 1600 is where I've got this marking. We're not quite there yet. There's some breakthrough points around 86, 70. I think it broke that 58. Yeah. So we basically just pierced this a little bit. And we're like hit around here. We're kind of like, I guess I could blow this up, but yeah. And so this could be setting up for a potential push higher, or it might cruise back and forth, eventually breaking down for a deeper pullback. But for now, we're caught in this range, caught in this little range here. So opportunity is a bit tight until we can break out of that range. So here's the hope since we're still in October. So I'm hoping we still get some big moves to wrap up October. I mean, we still got a week, about 4, 5, 6, 7 days of October left. So if we can I'm hoping we can get a few good size runs in before November hits. All right, so let's look at, since we don't have a train move, we've pulled back a bit. Here's the last, okay, so let's see what we got here. So we had a close at 51.9. And shot up, pull back here. Shot up higher, and then it did some big pushes down, and now I've been cruising back up to it. Okay. So it is a bit tricky with dragon dives in these kind of situations, because the range is really tight from the overnight. It muddles back and forth. And so we can get trapped in trying to capture these dives like yesterday. So that's why dragon dive can be tricky, and it really helps if there's a new bar. In this case, if there's a new bar, that would be like it pressing down lower, which I think it could pull down, but that would be a pretty bold move if it pressed that far down. It would have to be pressing down here. That'd have to be a very strong move. And I don't necessarily, the odds of that, it's possible, but I think what's more possible is it does come down here. It's a mix. But ultimately, yes, we're hoping that it figures out if it wants to go higher or eventually working its way down. So we could get a close down. Or it could just stay in the middle here and not really give us much. So we'll see. We'll see what it does. But the key is looking at the market in terms of what are the possibilities. And when you think from that perspective all the time, then you never get trapped in one way of thinking, which can destroy your account if you get too stubborn about a certain direction. You end up burning through everything you have defending that bias. And that is a no bueno. So we're sitting right at the line. That's interesting. We got 8 minutes to open. So it's either that or, maybe we'll get a pump. A pump would be cool. I'm down for some pump action. The other thing, so it'd be those two would be the main I'm looking for, or maybe it presses higher and then closes up here at the top of this range. Let's see. So the trading yesterday was right here. And I think I took, there was some sort of opportunity around here. Put the stop back here. Or a little less than 2 points. And then this thing closed at 55.8. Oh, okay, closed up here. 5 minutes. I am less tired today. I woke up a little bit sleepy, but not much. It was a lot better. I did a little less of the sleep serum. Do, do, do. Brexit vote. Brexit vote. What else? I've noticed a trend lately where we've had some like the minutes leading up to the open have had like a bit of action. All right, 30 seconds. 25. 21. I think we're age regressing. 15 years old. And now we're 12 years old. Oh no, now we're dying. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. And it shoots the other way. Alrighty. It's down. It's having trouble going down. There's a lot of mix going on right now. There's not a lot of conviction in these peeps. Where are the big boys? This is hella mixed. Sure. We're all mixed up, sure. Alright, alright. Coming down, coming down.
Order filled.
That seems like it's pretty strong to the downside. Yeah, I think this is going to keep pushing down, actually. Yep.
Stop filled. Order filled. Stop
There it
filled.
goes.
Order filled.
Oh, oh.
Stop filled.
Alright, starting to take. There, it's going to break through this thing.
Order filled. Stop filled.
Yep.
Order filled.
Try this. Nope.
Stop filled.
I need to stop doing that. I'm going to lose all my money for the day. Shit. Yeah, because this thing's going pretty hard. I haven't actually traded a pump, so I'm still trying to figure out how to execute this properly. And it looks like there it goes. Oh, see? If we just tried one more, we could have grabbed it. Ah, damn it. Yeah, I was like trying to find this bottom here, and it just, oh, gosh. Now we're like way too far away. I feel like okay, so this is my thinking. So I'm just figuring this out how to do this. So I think with I think with these pumps, it's best to wait for once it on that minute bar touches back on the oversold, that's when you hit enter. That's when you hit buy. And that would have kept me out of most of these because I was just like, I'm just going for it, trying to figure out how to actually approach a pump. But the thing with a pump is generally it clears the oversold like pretty significantly, right? And it came down pretty low on here. And so you don't know how far it's going to go. So you kind of just have to let it do its thing until it touches back on here. And that's when you would enter, which would have been somewhere in the middle of this bar, which would have ended up being like several points. But It would have saved me from all of these losses. And then you would just get in on this guy. Because I got on all the wrong ones and then missed the right one. Because by that time, I was like, well, I only have about, I don't know, 50, that's like 1 point, a little over a point left I can spare today. Yeah, and this could end up being a massive move to the upside. I think because the way I was doing it before was I was just kind of looking for a big pump, like a big pump, and then so it would go deep into the RSI. And then I would sell from there trying to just get a tight risk trade. But that works actually pretty well on the when I was doing that for, let's see, it worked pretty well for the other trades like the Dragon Dive and the Hyper Jump, and I'm sure it works the same way for the Final High Wind. Those are all RSI trades, but those are usually, they're not focused on pump elements in the day. They're more tamer elements. So you're not gonna get caught in a giant drive like this. So you can be a bit more aggressive with those. But with a pump, you don't want to be aggressive with a pump, I've realized. I was being really aggressive with it. But with the pump, what happens is you've got it's just going to be driving, and it's going to drive until it's done. So you got to be more conservative with a pump. You got to allow it to just go, and then as soon as it gives you any signal of it crossing back over, you jump in right there. Because this is what I was trying to capture, was when this thing pushes hard at open, I had this feeling there was going to be a pump too. I just had this feeling. But when it pushes hard down, right, the idea is that it oversells itself, and then once it touches, it pretty much every single time that it threads back through the oversold, it's done with the pump. That's it. It's over. So this bar right here, that was the bar that signified the end of it. It closed at 40 on the RSI. So that's at that level, right? And it was started down at 10. So it came up. So somewhere in the middle of this, maybe around here or so, well, 10 and 40, so that would be, at 30 would be 2/3 of this bar. So somewhere around here, around 47.3, it crossed over. And I saw it happen. And I was just like kind of sitting there like, because I was digesting having lost all these little things here. And then I saw it and I was like, oh shit. And then it was off. And then I was just like, oh, missed it. But I think if I was mentally prepared for that, then I would just let this go and I would just be watching like a hawk for when this thing gets touched, and every single time it gets touched, I would just take that trade and just go bam, bam, right? Because even if I do get in later here and the risk ends up being like, let's see here, my stop would be at 45.10. And let's say I got in at even 47.5. That's a little over 2 points. Like 2.4. So that's still not bad risk wise. That's only a little more. That's about $125 of risk. But the reward, man, that's the thing, dude. I love pumps because pumps can turn into fucking huge moves. Right? This is what I was trying to capture. I was like, God damn it. That's so frustrating. But hey, man, I'm a rookie, right? I'm a rookie at trade. I figured this thing out only a week or two ago. A couple weeks ago, I figured out how to trade the pump, but how to execute it, like in the moment, that's something I'm just now figuring out. But we'll see, you know. Fuck. This thing could just keep climbing. Oh man. Right. It's a little bit disheartening, but it's okay. what's interesting is this pump, usually a lot of times pumps will be antagonist to the direction of the bars here. And this one actually is in line. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, this could have been the trade of the day. I was like, god damn it. Oh man, I need to just vent out my rookie frustration. All right, well, that was interesting though. I'm really grateful to learn and grow and figure out how to trade these bad boys, because these guys, a proper pump can be a pretty solid money maker for the day. That's why I get excited. I'm like hoping for a pump, because those can turn into pretty profitable days. Yeah, those usually set up. I mean, this wasn't. Let's see here. This was 53. This is a sizable pump. That was like 8 points. So what it does is it creates all this potential energy like a rubber band pushing unsustainably in one direction and eventually losing steam, and then it uses all that energy built up from the open to slingshot in the other direction. So now we're in a position where this might start swinging back and forth, right? Or it swung up here and it's pulling back and setting up for the next push up. If this is setting up for the next push up, then yeah, then I know it's going to be a nice upward move. That would be a push up through this range, you know, and if this trade's starting down here, getting in the 47s, and it pushes up to the top of this range, you could get 10, there's like 10 points here. 10, 11 points. 12, you know, somewhere there. How did I trade this? I feel like I almost feel like I let it run down here, and that's when I knew it was, and then it kind of came down a bit more here. And I think I started taking trades here because it was pretty deep at that point, right? And then it was starting to press around. And I think I got in here, and then it crashed down further. And then I think I just kept taking trade after trade after trade, just like jumping on every single push down. I think that's where I started getting chopped up, was in all of this, right? And then at some point, I think I got the last one I think I was in was like around here, and then it just blasted down pretty hard, and then it shot up. So I think, yeah, at that point I was just throwing everything at it. I was like, how about this one? How about this one? How about this one? How about this? I think I must have gotten in on like 4 or 5 trades. I think I got in 3, yeah, at least 4 or 5 trades. Yeah, that was too many, man. This is too many. Yeah, I definitely, so when we're dealing with that pump, yeah, when we're dealing with that pump, definitely have to just let it sit. Yeah, because when it was oversold here, I was just like, I don't know where the bottom is. You know, I just, yeah, but the main thing with that is just wait for it to come back in contact with this line and then enter. Take those trades, focus on those, because that will reduce your trade. Even if you have to risk a little more, that will reduce your trade count a lot, where it will only take 1 or maybe 2 trades for it to work, instead of like shooting 5 at it and they all lose, and then you miss the correct one because you don't have any more ammo. Yeah, because after all those losses, I got self-conscious because I'm like, oh, I only have a little bit left to work with. I want to make. I suddenly became very overly conservative, and then I saw it happen, and I was like, oh shoot. So, lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. All right, guys. Well, that was exciting. I am going to wrap it up. The stream for the day. I am going to make myself a little bit of breakfast, maybe just vent off some of this emotion a bit, and then see what transpires in the markets. If this presses up, I mean, that could be it for the day. If it comes down, maybe potentially. I think at this point, though, I don't have a lot to work with. So if we even have like a dragon dive or a if we have any other setups, then I don't, I don't, if it takes a couple trades to make those work, I don't have that kind of room to work with. I already kind of spent a lot trying to capture this. So I feel like I'm pretty much out for the day. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Got a couple more days in the week. I'm pretty much at this point I'm break even because I won the winning I got the past 2 days basically just got knocked out today. So here now we're fresh, right? So let's see how the next 2 days go. I know I've been able to confidently execute the other trade setup so far. Dragon dive, hyper jump, probably Final Hand went the same way. And the train, so I can do those. And now I've just learned how to execute properly a pump. I learned it, and I believe in myself that I can do it when another pump shows up. So let's see. So far, we've had quite a mix. There hasn't been really a theme yet this week because Monday I had a train, and then there was a hyper jump. There was a train and a hyper jump, and then yesterday there was a dragon dive that was kind of like didn't really work out. And then there was a really late in the day hyper jump that didn't yield a whole lot, like maybe 3 points. And then today we had a limit break. And who knows what the rest of the day will give. So it's been all over the place this week. It's been a hodgepodge. So I don't know what the next couple days will bring. It seems like it's maybe just more hodgepodge. Maybe we'll get a train. Maybe we'll get another pump. Who knows? I'd be down to get another pump this week, just so I can practice it and nail it, and be like, bam, I got that pump, booyah, and make a good profit on that. Anyways, yeah, all right. Whew, so that's a wrap for the day, and have an amazing day. See you tomorrow.